Oh, I know. I wanted to call you and tell you personally, so I was calling your cell phone. Ah, yeah. Oh, I didn't know what number. I just found a number in there, so I wanted to just call you. Yeah, and he passed very peacefully, Maureen, last night at 9:30. Oh, hi, Gary. Hi, honey. Yeah, and it was so perfect that you came yesterday because your energy really helped him pass. It was incredible. I saw the attunements you were sharing with him and talking to him and bringing forth everyone who were light workers from the other side, and you played a major, major role in assisting him and bringing peace to him. Because the hospice nurse last night said, never saw anyone pass so quickly, so peacefully. It was exquisite. And I was with him until after 8 o'clock, and I didn't want to go, but I knew it was time, and I had to, and Frankie was there staying with him, and she wanted to. She said it was an honor for her to be with him. She didn't want to leave him alone. So she stayed, and I said goodbye, a long, long goodbye. And my friend Alan Shear called and said, has Ron said goodbye to everyone? Is there anyone else he needs to see? And I couldn't think of anyone else. So I said, I think he did. So he says, now you have to release him, and you have to let him go. He's waiting until you say, it's okay, honey. You can go. I'm okay. You go. So I did. I talked to him a long time, and I did say, I'm all right. And I did tell him to go. I said, you can also stay if you'd like to stay. But if you know it's, I had to. I said, but if you know it's your time to go, I know you know. And I know this is part of your journey, and I now have my journey. And yes, I'd like our journeys to be together, but we're always together. And then I did a great thing. We always find each other in the department stores by a whistle, and we would always whistle. And I go, I hear the whistle. Where are you? Where are you? Oh, there you are. So I whistled, and I said, anytime you want me, you're looking for me, we'll find each other on the other level, in the other plane, and just whistle. So I said, just go with George. And I said, Baxter will be there. And, oh, I did. I told him Baxter will be there with George. They'll be nipping at your feet, and you'll just go full speed ahead, and everyone is going to be there. And I mentioned Bill Bain and everyone's names. It was really, really great. Yeah, and then I walked out, and I was finally leaving. Suji was waiting for me, and then these two girls came that I didn't know. I forgot they hadn't seen Ron, and they really wanted to, and he liked them. He used to have lunch with them, and they're high school reunion friends, and they're beautiful women. So we went back in. I was happy to go back in, and then we said another blessing, and we called forth the angels and the hosts. And they helped me, and they both agreed with me. The angel and the host are here. And they told Ron they're here to assist you, to move over to the other side, to go through that golden cylinder of light and be there easily and quickly and effortlessly. And he had said earlier that he's going to ride his red convertible right up there, full speed ahead. So, yeah, and he had said he was ready. He did say he was ready. So then we left, and I said goodbye to Frankie, and then she went in the room, and I came home, and it was so nice. Just as I was unpacking all my little bags, Marianne knocked at the door. She saw my car. So we were sitting in the kitchen talking, and then I got the phone call at 9:30, and yeah, and Frankie had left the room. What happened was she talked to him, and she said, Ron, you can do it. You don't want to stay in this bed anymore. It's time. You know it's time. You've seen everyone. You know everyone loves you, and Sherry loves you, and Paul loves you, and I love you, and you know that it's time. So you can go. You can do it. And at that point, his breathing was comfortable. He was fine. He really was fine, and no pain, none whatsoever. And so she went out to get coffee. So she told him, she said, because we all know they leave when you leave the room. So she wanted to, yeah, that's what happens. So she wanted to give him the space to go. So she said, I'm leaving, Ron. I'm going for coffee. So then she came back, and she saw that his breathing wasn't just right. And so she called the hospice nurse, and the hospice nurse said, I can't believe it. I was just here. His breathing was fine. I was just here 2 seconds ago. And she held his hand, Frankie held his hand, and he took one little breath, and he peacefully went into sleep. Yeah, and he did say, I'm ready. He said, ready. He said, ready. And he whispered, ready. Yes, last night. He said, ready. When she was talking to him, telling him, Ron, you can go. You can do it. Go. She said to him, if it was me, you would tell me to go and let go. Well, I'm telling you, you can go and let go. His mission was to bring lightness and laughter. He always said that's what he does. Wherever he goes, whether it's the restaurant, to the servers, to the waitress, to a friends, to a party, to a home, he brings lightness and love and laughter. Very kind and very thoughtful. Someone put it on Facebook that Ron, you are the most refined gentleman I've ever known, and my days won't be the same without seeing you. Yeah, and he was kind and thoughtful and easy. Right, and the same spirit. That honors him. I know, and sometimes I'm more serious, and he would lighten me up, and then I wouldn't get the joke, and he'd have to explain it to me. Right, and I was telling, thank you, I need to be lightened, and I was telling Bonnie and Richard, sometimes we're so OCD with our attachments and our cars and our homes and our money, and I open up the drawer here in the house, and there's his wallet. He can't take it with him. It's here. No, his car's in the garage. It's all here. So we need to play more and share more and give more, and just, as we're told, angels fly high because they take themselves lightly. We need to lighten up. We need to lighten up and not worry about whatever it is we worry about. We got to lighten up. Right. Well, we're going to do, I think in 2 weeks, I think it's 2 weeks from Saturday. I have no idea what the date is. We'll do we're going to do a memorial service. And a friend of mine who does rituals and services, she's beautiful. My friend Barbara, who's a good friend of Ron's too. We've shared a lot with her. Is going to come from New York. And then and other people can speak. And I don't know where. I mean, I haven't gotten. Marianne was here. She slept with me. Yeah, she stayed. She wouldn't leave me alone. No. I was not alone. And this morning, the girls next door made breakfast and brought me tea. And Marianne was here. And then Frankie came over and brought the flowers that were in the room. Thankfully, I'm blessed. I'm very blessed. I appreciate it. And I told Ron that. And he heard it. He acknowledged it. Yeah, so he said, I am fulfilled. He said those words, I am fulfilled. Yeah. And he told someone else 2 weeks ago that they went to some reunion together. And he said, I've lived a great life. If I leave now, I have no regrets. I've had a wonderful life. I couldn't have asked for more blessings. And I have no bucket list. I've traveled. I've been everywhere I wanted to be. I think, he's a very high soul, and everyone recognized that, because all the prayers were amazing that were surrounding him. And I learned from this journey, because I could not have brought all this together on my own. This was all orchestrated by the universe, everything. Because even the other day, we were able to stay in this large room in the hospital where no one else was around us. It was like a strange area. I don't even know what was on that floor. But we had great nurses. The hospital care was fine. They left us alone. They were there when we needed them. People were able to come and go. And it was so crowded. We had the hallways. And it was perfect. It was just perfect. Everything was orchestrated to assist him to go quickly and easily with love, with a send-off of love,
with everyone, and you two came just at the right time. It was perfect. Just when we kept the sacred space. Right, and no one was excluded, and everyone was respectful. Yes, and it was the right time. Right. Everything was the right time. Right. So now he's in the sacred spot. Yeah. Yeah, it opened my eyes a lot. He gave me a gift. In his journey, I received a gift because I didn't orchestrate anything. I didn't plan anything. I didn't exclude anyone. I opened my arms to everyone. People would say what time to come, whenever it's good for you. You appear. It was a gift from God, yes. No, it was. The universe, the angels, guides, masters, everyone did it. Because I could not do it. Because I couldn't even imagine to do it. I wouldn't know how to do it and bring it all together. It's not in my realm. And I wouldn't have known what was needed. But it shows us to let go and let God and lighten up and allow the universe to provide for us. It's here. It really is here. And I see the sacredness of it. I experienced it more than I've ever in my whole life. I mean, this woman told me, she said, this girl Nancy, who shared Ron's healing, and ascension, transition, she said you can't, Friday and Saturday night too. They were there 2 nights with me. And it was remarkable that they were even there, that they were able to be there. So she said, you can't leave him alone at night. He cannot be alone. So I was thinking, my God, who do I find? How do I do this? And you know what? I didn't have to do anything. Nothing.
Nancy was there one night. Christina said, I'll stay with Ron one night. I didn't even ask. She just heard me talking to somebody. And then Aniela said, oh, I'll stay. And then Frankie said it would be an honor for me to stay. She said, I didn't even ask her. She said, I want to stay with Ron tonight. And she was the perfect one to be with him when he went through his transition. The perfect one. Yeah.
Yeah. And now, I'm going to put you on a speakerphone because my friend Richard is filming this, and then I'll hear it, and I'll remember what you say. Okay, you can speak.
Can I speak now?
Yes.
All right, well, there's 2 ways to look at it. One is, very esoterically speaking, is that they say that it takes a few days for the God being, that we know as Ron, who was incarnate in that body. He's got another job. He's wrapping up the different levels of mentally and all these other ties and these vibrational things. And they say that through cremation, it's much easier because he's no longer trapped.
Oh.
Trapped. And sometimes when there is not cremation, it's a lot harder and it takes them longer to wrap up the ties and close them off from the other realms. So that is one thing. And then also what I just told you a minute ago, a lovely way to look at it is our, and in this case Ron's, last wonderful gift, a gift of giving to the planet.
Yes.
That because fire purifies,
right,
that all those diseased cells don't have to go back into the soil and
right.
And
wow. See, I'm glad I asked you because I knew
fire has purified those cells.
Right.
And so that is the last beautiful gift of love.
Right.
In him, the God being.
Right.
Mother Earth.
Wow. And we're doing that around Marianne's mango tree next door.
Oh.
Yeah, and I asked him, I said, do you want to be in a mango tree? He said, yes, a sweet one. A sweet one. Yeah.
Oh.
I know.
That's very beautiful.
So he then, when you're cremated, it's quicker and you're purified so that you can go and release yourself to the other realms. So you can go quicker to the other levels. You're not held back by being in the earth.
Right. You know how a lot of times, there's tales about ghosts and cemeteries.
Yes. Yeah.
Not letting go.
Right.
Sometimes people are trapped because the physical substance, for whatever reason, and also the energy of everybody else around keeps them trapped.
Oh.
But here, Ron will have an easy time also because of the nature of what you provided for him, and everyone else provided this release and this peace and this sacredness so that Ron can release these ties and wrap up all these levels, because he has things to do that you and I aren't aware of that he's taking care of.
Right.
And this makes it a lot easier for him and helps him.
So this way he can get up there quicker, he can go through the veil quicker, go into the light quickly, and begin his next mission and be wherever he's supposed to be. So he can move faster and not be grounded to the earth. It's a quicker release. It's a quicker release.
It's a quicker and a more graceful.
Graceful.
The struggle isn't the same. Because he's got lots of things to wrap up here that we are not aware of, and we will all have our turn to do that. And because we're all surrounding him, that's why the next few days we surround him with love and continue, because he's still very much present and he's still wrapping these things up. It's a while.
Okay.
It's very beautiful for us to continue to think of the sacredness and attunement with him and enfolding him in his journey.
Right. Oh, thank you, Maureen. That's beautiful to know that. To understand it, on that level, it helps.
Yes.
Okay.
It so helps to know that there's only a thin veil between us. He doesn't have his vehicle anymore. He's shed his clothing, or he's shed his outer, but he's very much present.
But he's still very much present.
Yeah.
So it's a time to really release him and allow him to go off into the other planes, the other levels.
Right. And you know how you can look at it, Sherry?
Yeah.
And we can all look at it with him, but especially you. I like to think that it's a beautiful arc, like a rainbow arc, and there's you at one end of the arc, and there's Ron at the other, and in between there may be a veil in a different dimension, but that beautiful arc of light and color is with you always, and you two continue your work together, but in a different way, but there's the arc between you,
right?
Arc of light.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm at one end of the arc, he's at the other end of the arc, and we're connected to the arc of light.
Yeah, picture an arc in your mind.
Right.
A beautiful arc of light, and it could be a rainbow.
Right.
Very beautiful.
Oh, I love that. I love that. That's nice. Very nice.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, Maureen, you're wonderful.
All right. Well,
Yes, thank you. Thank you. All right. I love you both. Thank you so much. Okay.
Okay.
You two are great. Thank you for being in our world. Yeah, we love you.
All right.
Okay. Bye. Whew. Wow.